Oh, no. Don't, Will. No. Don't.
I stopped myself.
Thank you.
I stopped myself.
Oh, no. I gotta go.
1980s now.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of 1980s Now, a weekly examination of the importance of 1980s pop culture and its continued influence today. My name's Will, and joining me, as always, are my friends and co-hosts, Kat and John. Hey, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hey, hello. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's always good to see you. And hello to everybody who's joining us live right now on Facebook and or YouTube.
Hey, nerds.
Still on Facebook for now. I really want to get off of Facebook. They just get these dumb people copyright striking us that are, what do they call those? Johnny probably knows. It's like those, they don't really have a claim to your thing, but they copyright trolls.
Oh, yeah. They're like, the trolling or copyright squatting. Yeah. One of those. They go in and they're like, just to make it difficult on you. Cause it's like, if you can claim it for long enough and they can get a little piece of it until it, Yeah. It's like the Superman 3 scenario with copyright. You just want to get a few pieces of your pennies and then,
have everybody. Yeah. Well, and these people, these companies, they're just fraudsters. They don't have any right to the videos or music that they're claiming. They just do it and hope that folks will just accept it. And then they get the, like John is saying, the literal pennies off of someone's advertising.
Because lots of people do. They just go, oh, no.
Not me. They do it. And I'm like, prove it. And I sign it, Esquire.
You're their worst nightmare.
Ooh, yes.
Right, yeah. Fight with people on the internet.
Always ends well.
Hey, what are we really talking about? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Hello to everybody joining us live. That's what I was going to say. Hey, I can see Ted. Hey, Ted and Karen's out there. If you're out there and you haven't said hello on whatever platform you're watching us right now, we don't know you're there. And that's okay. You can lurk. Hey, on today's show, we're going to talk about a number of news stories, topics related to the media that we love from our youth, including Eddie Van Halen's Ghost is really busy. Busier than he was in his later years before he passed away? Possibly, yes.
Making up for lost time.
He's writing more songs? That's not even a joke.
The cat said he's making up for lost time.
Yeah.
Would his sheet be like the red with the black stripes like his guitar?
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
John. I love that. That's brilliant.
Yep, the speckles.
How'd you know it was Eddie? Oh, I could tell.
Let's see. What is this one? Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about how whether there's a bit of technology that was referenced in Star Trek that
computer.
I want to raise the question whether Star Trek inspired it or did it inspire Star Trek? And this item. There's a really cool Ghostbusters fan film out there that I think gets some things right, and maybe one thing it just repeats that all the other the most recent Ghostbusters film did too. In error. Toxic Avenger. Is Peter Dinklage actually in the movie?
What?
But I want the reboot, of course, I'm talking about. And
he's
finally,
a poster.
There's a reason if he's not, there's a reason why he may be grateful, and we'll get to that because there's a scene in the uncut version that's causing a bit of a controversy for some theaters that have agreed to show it.
Yes.
And that's that. Hey, before we get started, I want to quickly let folks know while we can remember here. Is that it? I don't know. That's our footnote sound. Hey, John, over here. That's the.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That's the announce sound. Oh, John. Jeez.
I'm zoned in this time.
John's a Manchurian podcaster. I don't know when he's going to slip into something from retro days. I don't know what sound Tony's got him listening to that gets him doing that thing.
What's the Pavlovian get to work sound?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's probably like a Pac-Man Waka Waka sound, or maybe it is something like that. He's like, "Welcome back to retro days," whatever he says. I don't know. There you go. He's activated. Oh, shit. His eyes just went wide and rolled back in his head. Changed colors. Are we talking to retro days, John? Is this a callback to the last episode? We need 1980s now, John, here now.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah, shake it off. Shake it off.
Very good. Hey, I wanted to let folks know, hey, we're going to be hanging out at RetroCon this year. Once again, we were there last year. I'm very excited to be there again. We're talking about the weekend of September 6th and 7th out there in Oaks, Pennsylvania. It's at the Greater Philly Expo Center. We're going to be welcomed there once again, where we're going to be doing a panel. Oh, you know what? I wanted to show the panel.
You have a graphic for it already? Awesome.
All right, there we go. Now, does it just show automatically, or now I have to add another button? Now I have to press another button. All right, there we go. At this year's RetroCon, we're going to be talking about some of the craziest Chips episodes ever. Just a There's a few.
Fun.
And the different, I guess, societal phenomenon that were going on at the time in the 1980s that inspired these different topics. Because much like many shows throughout the 1980s when we had these very special episodes, Chips was not immune to some of the pressures or influenced by some of the things that either for ratings or because they were topical, they had some of our our favorite California Highway Patrolmen involved in these things, and it led to I want to say interesting, curious, sometimes hilarious results, unintentionally so.
I can't wait to find out.
And why Chips?
Details of this.
Why Chips? We could add any number of choices, but it's because the folks from Chips are going to be there. Robert
Yes.
Pine, now known as Chris Pine's dad, but Robert Pine, Eric Estrada, and Larry Wilcox will all be there. But there'll be other folks there too as well that you can meet and greet and get autographs and photo ops from, including Bruce Boxleitner, our favorite from Chan, and Starbuck himself. Dirk Benedict, who's also a face on the A-Team, and a number of other folks. To see them.
Isn't that crazy cool?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come see some
Yes.
really cool cars like the A-Team van, the 66 Batmobile, a number of other things that I hope now that I said it are going to be there. But in the very least, we're going to be there. You can see our panel on that Saturday morning, September 5th at 10:30 a.m. So you will write in this, and you don't have to worry about missing anything else because we're at the very beginning of the convention. Plenty of time to still do other things. In fact, you can see our show, and then you can go and see them and say, "Hey, I remember this one wacky episode you did because I just saw a panel about it." Mr. Pine, now sign my autograph, that sort of thing.
And they'll go, shut up and hand me your picture. Is what they'll say.
Right. All right. Hey, so please come hang out with us at the RetroCon this year at Great Philly. What is it? Greater Philly something Expo. Hey, go to RetroCons, plural.
Then you'll know.
Yes.
Yes.
They know.
Definitely add the S.
You don't got to listen to me. Yeah. Yeah. What happens if you don't add the S, Cat? What is it?
I forget, but I did it last year and it was not
It's
the proper.
the wrong place.
Yeah.
It leads you to buy airfare to the wrong city is what it does.
Was it a
Wrong day.
whitehouse.com situation?
Whitehouse.com.gov. Yeah.
Possibly.
All right. Hey, let's get started and talk about some real things, some real meat. Oh, you know what? Look, I didn't say this. So, folks listening, folks watching, if you have any idea for what you think, because maybe you're a huge fan of Chips, you got an idea what the craziest episode is in your mind, let us know. We'll include that too.
Yes.
All right.
Viewer's choice.
Yeah. So first up, let's see. Hey, as reported on Ultimate Classic Rock and other places, Eddie Van Halen's ghost has been very busy. I hadn't heard this, but earlier this year, Sammy Hagar, who was once the frontman for Van Halen after David Lee Roth left in the 1980s. He released a new single earlier this year in April called Encore, Thank You, Good Night. What I didn't know was, not only is it a heartfelt tribute to the late Eddie Van Halen, but its origins date back to an otherworldly visit from said legendary guitarist. Because in August of 22, Hagar told Ultimate Classic Rock that that Van Halen had visited him in a dream just shortly after he passed away. And not only was he just visiting, hey, how are you? How you been? Or maybe, you look both ways before you cross the street today, or here's the numbers to bet on. No, he helped him write a new song. Well, this isn't surprising, right? It's
in a dream.
Sammy Hagar is the John Reddick of Van Halen, right? He believes all this kind of stuff. So if you remember, he's talked about aliens helped him write a song.
Lucky guy.
Cryptids.
High praise for Sammy.
Exactly. Hey, Sammy's been probed, John, so he's a step ahead of you.
Ooh.
Jealous.
Yeah. But Hagar said, quote, I remembered it. With regard to the song that Van Halen had inspired him to write. I remembered it. I got up in the morning and I wrote the song. I used the fucking lick that he showed me in the song. Hey. Of course I joke that, about these kinds of things just so it has an opportunity to tease John, but I really occasionally think throughout my life and I guess I'm less so these days, but even still to this day, there's something weird about dreams, right? There's something going on because far too often I've dreamt something and then woken up and I know all the explanations, the logical ones, because I'm part Spock as equal as I am part Reddick. But the explanations for these things don't apply. And it's like I dream something, I wake up and then something similar happens that day or even within moments.
Wow.
I dream about a person and they call me and I haven't spoken to them in a while. That kind of thing.
Remote viewing.
Oh, maybe.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about one of us and then we call you? Has that happened? Has it been in your dreams?
I'm certain I've dreamt about you guys. Have you ever? No, but I talk to you guys almost every day in some form. So that wouldn't that would be one of those logical explanations.
That would be very
self-fulfilling
logical.
deal because you were going to do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be. Anyway, last week, not to be what's the word? Outshined, overshadowed, overstaged. What's something with staged?
Upstaged?
Not to be upstaged.
Outdone.
Ever.
Or outdone.
David Lee Roth entered the conversation. He entered the chat, as the kids would say, when he told fans at his Hampton Beach concert that the late guitarist's ghost also visited him.
Of course.
Me too.
Yeah.
You can't just visit Sammy.
Right. And Sammy can't call bullshit because he's like, that's impossible. Well, it's not impossible. It happened to me.
Interesting.
You cannot.
You can't walk it back now.
Yeah, you're right. They'd be like, we have Mothman. The Jersey Devil is alive. It's a fantasy. Dummies. Yeah.
And there's enough time in between. Stick that up your Sasquatch. Oh my. There's enough time in between. It's not like, Sammy Hagar just had this dream the other day. It was back in 2022, right? So enough time.
I don't know what you're suggesting, Kat. That there's a limitation to how often ghosts can visit.
No, I mean,
is it geographic? The ghost had to have time to walk across the moors and make it to the next guy.
David Lee. It's not like David Lee Roth just just heard about this. It didn't just happen. Sammy Hagar saying it. So, yeah, he came to me too. It's been a couple of years for him to decide to say this.
It's good. It's good to know that Eddie's ghost's still around. Making house calls.
Yeah. So during a performance of Dance the Night Away, Roth first seemed to praise Hagar for his, quote, great voice and catalog before telling the crowd, quote, I don't know what the odds are, but last night, the ghost of Eddie Van Halen visited me at the fucking hotel room. Eddie's ghost was laughing. I said, what did you do now? He said, Dave, you know what the song that I gave Hagar? It's actually Iron, Butterflies, and Inagata Davida backwards. Don't fucking tell him.
It's like a mess with you.
Yes.
But then he layered it with some pseudo compliment. So it's like, how mad can he be?
I just missed an opportunity that I forgot all about. Yeah. I could have seen David Lee Roth perform on Sunday night. He was in the next town over. That
might have been the town where the ghost showed up.
Wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of old historical buildings over there.
Eddie Van Halen wouldn't live in an old historical building.
Wait. The ghost lives in the building?
He's not a turn of the century ghost.
Yeah, but do ghosts need housing now? I don't follow it.
But old buildings lend themselves to,
well, yes, to old ghosts. Okay, all right. Maybe it's like a ghost B&B. Like Eddie would go and stay with other ghosts in a spare room. I can see that.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, Kat, look, you might have. You talk about how it's unfortunate that you missed your opportunity to see David Lee Roth. But
I did.
If Dave was taking an opportunity to poke fun at Sammy, he may want to hold that stone back just a moment. Because I have a clip here from one of David's recent performances, and he's not sounding in diamond form.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Now, you might be thinking, well, it's just the quality of the audio. I can't understand anything he's saying. No, it's pretty much how it was.
Wow.
He's just doing vowel sounds.
Are we sure? Every time you play something for us, I have to check and run it through my filter and go, is it something that Will's messing with us?
No,
Every time I have to check.
Oh, gosh. We got to work on our trust in this relationship.
Oh, I trust you to mess with us, which I appreciate. I just have to check.
You're wise to have your blood.
Sounds like he was yodeling.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I wouldn't... Yeah, warbling. I would not have gone. My purpose for going was not for his voice. It was just for the whole kind of
the spectacle
experience. Yeah, the showmanship spectacle. That's probably a good word.
His band sounds great. I mean, they're all solid. And in that clip, and I've seen several, in fact, online on, I don't know if it was on YouTube, there's the entire hour and a half concert from some performances available.
Okay.
From beginning to end. The band is fantastic, but I want to say there's like 5 or 6 people in the band. And some of them are just singers. So maybe there's even 7. And so they sing along with him a lot.
Okay.
And which kind of hides some of the, maybe his deteriorating vocal quality.
Make him sound a little stronger, a little better maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Hey.
Kind of sounds like a ghost. Ooh.
Well, he's not the ghost though. But okay.
Right.
He's got
Let's make a good
what's
one
the
though.
song that did Eddie give you a song too? He did. Whoa. It goes like this. Whoa.
That's what he was doing. You're right, Kat. He was performing Eddie's song. Now, although many like me thought Roth was just poking fun at his longtime rival, Hagar sees it differently. He posted on social media, quote, "This is the first real compliment and first real olive branch moment Dave and I have had in 100 years. Now I think Hagar might be having fun with David because I think Roth. I think he knows him better than that. Listen closely and you will see that this is not negative whatsoever. And I believe Dave had the dream as well. Good. Dave's a good storyteller, but there's some truth between the showmanship.
Yeah. There is a little dig at the song he says was inspired by Eddie in a Dream. But overall, like I said, it's layered with things that are kind of complimentary, so it's hard to get too mad. Yep. But then you wonder, is Sammy also having a little poke back, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think by saying...
Like if you're trying to get under my skin, ha, ha, ha.
I think by saying this is the first compliment, the first olive branch, he's putting it on Dave now to be the dick to show that no, I was making fun of you, or putting him in a trap where he has to say, yeah, it was an olive branch, and I won't be a jerk anymore. But I think either way, Hagar wins.
Yeah.
Marcus says, have you heard the isolated vocals of Running with the Devil? No.
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay. You're talking about recently, or are you talking about from the... Oh, you're talking about the old...
It's legacy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's older stuff.
And it's really good is what you're saying, right? I mean, I think I heard that too. Isn't it fantastic?
Marcus also said he was never good.
Oh, he was never good.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not awesome, but... Yeah, it's more the strength of his voice and his showmanship, as you were kind of alluding to earlier. I don't know that it's necessarily his like technical chops as it is just him, and the whole package.
It's the whole
like what Kat was going to see, the whole package.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
John, you're anticipating a story later I have for you guys.
Wait a minute.
It involves a hole and a package.
My.
All right. Hey, I also wanted to chat with you guys here next up about, again, whether or not, look, oftentimes John can tell you, I'm sure better than I can, but how many times, just like futurism generally, science fiction generally, anticipated technology we'd have in the future, like the screens in Star Trek or the handheld communication devices. There's been many instances where we've had this, where they've been precursors to ultimately technology we got. Well, have I got another one for you? Fans of Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home will recall that the crew of the Enterprise travels back in time to the 20th century to rescue some humpback whales, which had gone extinct by the 23rd century.
George and Gracie.
To transport, these enormous sea mammals, the Enterprise engineer Scotty helps a 1980s scientist invent... Computer. Hello, computer.
Computer.
The futurist, he's so pissed when he's like, just use the keyboard. He's like, ugh, fucking troglodytes.
And then he types like a demon. Yeah. How do you get those skills?
Cracks his knuckle.
In the 24th century, typewriters.
Right.
Just arcane technology hobbyist. I learned to type 80 words per minute for fun.
Maybe he was the last generation to have a typing class.
He's like Gen X.
Let's say
he's
that.
like us. Like he.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's retro tech. He loves it because it's old and dumb. Of course.
He's like
me.
He's like Gen X grown up. Yeah.
Yes.
So because they need this some material to be able to build a tank for these whales, he imparts, the formula that ultimately will result in what they call transparent aluminum. Now, I want to say, because, again, John, I say John and not Kat, because John is the Star Trek expert out of all the three of us. They have all these directives in Star Trek, including the Prime Directive, but then there's also this general time travel directive that everybody knows.
I know what that means.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
the prime directive.
Oh yeah, what does it mean, Kat? Because that'll help their listeners.
It means, Scott just told me this the other day, or refreshed my memory.
All right.
So
I'm ready.
when the crew of like the Enterprise or whatever the ship is get into contact with other cultures or worlds or whatever, they're not supposed to change them or affect them. They can observe, but they can't do anything to interfere. Is that pretty good?
Pretty good. Pretty close.
Okay. But not great.
Yeah, no, it's quite good. Yeah, more specifically, it's you can't interfere, particularly with cultures who don't know you exist, right? So a big thing you're not supposed to do is like, oh, well, there's a meteor heading for this planet, going to destroy it. Well, they're pre-warped. They're not aware of outer space people. We can't even tell them because it interferes with like their natural evolution. It's right. And then they break that rule all the time. But yeah, that's the rule. Yeah. You can't. Very much what Scotty did when he goes back to the 20th century. He gives a pre-warp civilization technology they shouldn't yet.
I mean, just in general, right? I mean, they all kind of like, fuck these rules. Who cares? And every episode there, Kirk's like, I know we're not supposed to, but. I mean, that's his whole thing. That's his vibe.
Damn it. Our guy is over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna do it anyway.
He'll come up with a reason.
That's how it goes.
Is that what Star Trek's all about? Like breaking the rules?
When you're doing it for the right reasons, which makes it a moral play. That's all of Star Trek is it's ethics theater.
Yeah, Roddenberry, man. Clever guy. So look, and as I mentioned, so they Scotty's going to impart this future 23rd century technology, transparent aluminum. And in 1986, when you saw that movie, I remember seeing it, thinking, "Holy shit, this is like such a cool idea." Because, Bones says to him, "You're not supposed to do that." And Scotty says, "Well, how do you know he's not the one that invents it?" Like, oh, yeah time travel loop.
Right. Right. Depends on, like, what kind of time travel do you prescribe to? Because maybe I always went back and gave him that. That's how it exists for us in the first place. There was never a time when I didn't share it, even though you're not supposed to. Yeah. It's fun to think about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when they were talking specifically about this technology, I never thought it would exist outside of the movie. I thought like, well, I mean, of course this is crazy, and unbelievable that you could have aluminum in it, but it's see-through and they have a certain thickness that's enough to keep, the water. I don't remember how many gallons of water it is for 2 humpback whales. So it's a whole lot. But it turns out, this may surprise you, that it's actually been, it's existed for some time now already, transparent aluminum. Although it hasn't been readily available for commercial use because it's really expensive to make it. That is until now. Researchers from Ateneo de Manila University, in collaboration with some Japanese scientists from Naura Institute of Science and Technology, have developed a cost-effective and, get this, eco-friendly also method to create transparent aluminum oxide. Nice. I think this is interesting. That the reason it was difficult and expensive to make originally was because it required high-powered lasers, vacuum chambers, and acid vats. Everything that an evil James Bond villain would have at his disposal.
Basically, what are the things I need to make science fiction real? All right, lasers, acid vats, what else? It's all the things you might imagine.
You expect me to talk? No, I actually have you here to help me finish developing transparent aluminum. That's what the laser, acid vat, and vacuum is for. Well, check out what these researchers did. I think it's pretty wild. They, instead of doing all that crazy nonsense, they placed micro droplets. Droplets sound small already, but micro droplets onto small aluminum surfaces and applied a controlled electric current. And after only 10 minutes with 2 volts, less than the output of a AA battery, it transformed the metal into the glass-like material that we would call transparent aluminum.
Awesome.
Wow. And it turns out transparent aluminum is a little bit of a misnomer because it's not actually a metal. It's actually a polycrystalline ceramic that does have equal parts of aluminum, oxygen, and nitrogen in it. So it does have aluminum. So I don't know if what Scotty was talking about maybe was literally aluminum that you can see through, or, it's more like what we're talking about here, something that had one of the ingredients was aluminum. I say all that because, interestingly enough, the Voyage Home's writers may actually have been inspired by contemporary science, because the first patent issued by the U.S. Patent Office in connection with we ultimately call a transparent aluminum, was released in 1980, years before the film came out.
So they probably went to Google and searched transparent aluminum and found out there was an existing patent. Sure.
Mm-hmm. How do you know they didn't invent it? Google, that is. And it turns out that transparent aluminum had been something that the scientists have been trying to achieve since the 1950s.
Oh, wow.
But we got that first patent in 1980, and 2 more followed later that decade in 84 and 88, and the final patent being issued in 1993.
That's just awesome.
When I first read this, I'm like, why the heck are we talking about this?
Bottom of the barrel.
You know what it makes me think of? You ever read much about like the Roswell crash? And they talked about, well, we picked up this debris and it was this bizarre material that was like tinfoil, but then it flattened itself out. And I think about a material that we think is mythical and can't exist, like transparent metal, is now becoming a thing. And it goes, so there's so much possibility in the world of physics and chemistry that we just haven't touched yet. So, of course, alien spaceships could be made of something bizarre material that we've never heard of. And it's alien. It's probably just a process we haven't invented with yet. Micro droplets on lead and, run a hamster over it or whatever weird technology you need. We just haven't figured it out yet.
It's interesting that you say all that, John, and consider that they began this type of experimentation in the 1950s.
I know. Isn't that great?
Which... this is not a confession. I've talked about this many times before, and I do tease John about the things he believes in just because it's fun and I love him. But there's equally wacky things I think that, that folks could, cast aspersions at me for, because I do think that some of our technology must have come from somewhere else, because there's like these leaps that are made that I'm not a scientist, that I don't understand it, but I had a scientist explain to me as best they could, like how radio frequencies work. And still, I was like, that makes no sense that would work.
Right. That's like somewhere between this and this in your description, magic happens. Like this should not work in the world, and yet reliably does.
And that somebody was like, I know what we can do. And again, I say this all the time. That shit's floating around all the time. But my phone knows which ones to grab just for this phone and not for your phone. Is it coded in the air? And that's a frequency?
I've often wished to have like special goggles I could put on that I could see the shit in the air. Wouldn't that be amazing? It would have to be blinding.
Yes.
Right? It would have to be like this weird Kirlian photography blooming of color and auras and because even people have electrical signatures and everything does. And there's the crap in the air and you walk out to a clear day and it's bright and in this. Nope. Turns out it's just, you just can't see it, right? It's nothing but craziness flying around you. And it's just like, butterflies. Just outside of our perception.
That sounds like the premise of a sci-fi story or movie. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know somebody recently, they told me that, I think they said before they go to bed every night, they like turn off all their cell phones and they turn off their router. So they're not just being bombarded with frequencies while they're sleeping.
Cool. They turn off their neighbor's router too.
Well, that's exactly. Yes. I was like, I have bad news for you. It's the silent killer or the invisible killer, I guess. Because this shit just goes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to turn that stuff off, then go to bed in a lead box. Maybe then.
That would be more efficient.
Because when I search for Wi-Fi in our house with my phone, I get all the neighbors' networks show up too. Yeah.
You need a transparent aluminum sort of coffin to sleep in.
Yes.
All right. Hey, elsewhere in the world and per Ghostbusters news, there's a new fan film that serves a big screen style fun. Now, So fan films are nothing new in the Ghostbusters community, much like other IP. Star Wars fan films have been around long before the internet even existed. But Ghostbusters of New Orleans is operating on a whole other level in terms of quality, sound. Oh, I don't want to say acting because I'd be lying.
They did their best.
Better than average.
Oh my
say.
God. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've seen broad distribution movies like the Sharknado, Lobsterpuss or whatever crazy things. Those things got DVD releases with a budget and are horrible. Worse than this. This is admirable, particularly knowing who they are and what they had to work with.
Their passion for the subject shows through. even if they're not trained actors, but you can clearly see that there's heart in it. There is heart in their actions and their words.
You're right, John. And I could have seen this on Sci-Fi Network or whatever, those channels that air those Sharknado type films. I would never have questioned like that this is not of the caliber necessary to get a deal like that. According to Ghostbusters News, they describe it as professional grade cinematography, a crew with Oscar-winning credentials, which I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised. Elaborate sets and custom effects make for a love letter to the franchise.
Yes.
Some backstory. It started as in early 2024 by American Immersion Theater founder Scott Crampton and his now wife, India Palmer Crampton. And in fact, this it was like a subtitle to this is Scott and India's wedding, I think it says, right? Is that
right?
Yes.
Right. It's like the production company is their wedding.
Oh,
Scott and India's wedding is
right. Oh, right. I misunderstood it. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, they did this, and this was an alternative to having a bachelor party. They thought, let's do this. So Crampton gathered a bunch of friends, a professional crew in multiple filming locations to make his dream Ghostbusters movie a reality. The first cut, which was packed with a bunch of inside jokes, debuted at their May 2025 wedding. Which this wedding sounds amazing because they, in addition to that, they also had magicians, stilt walkers, poetry, interactive games.
Wow.
So,
and not only do the bride and the groom star in it, but many of the groomsmen star in it, and other people that they know that came in to star as ghosts or as whomever.
Yep.
I almost like the story of how this came about as much or more than the film itself.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I just found. That the Oscar. So a crew boasted a crew with Oscar-winning credits and script notes from 8-time Academy Award winner Ed Saxon, I guess, who wrote The Silence of the Lambs. Looks like that's what this is, right? Yeah, look, it's cool that, so like we mentioned, it said Ghostbusters of New Orleans. It's set there, which obviously has a long history with ghosts and voodoo, and are they called witches when they're, I don't know, but magic, let's say magic and dark magic.
Sure.
So it's a really cool setting. But starting off the film, I guess it's the attorney in me, right, that finds these things that particularly, especially amusing.
Right. Would this matter? It's great.
Starting at the beginning of the film, they do have a disclaimer. Ghostbusters and all related marks, logos, etc. belong to somebody else, paraphrasing here. This nonprofit fan production is not endorsed by all these people, blah, 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 blah. It's strictly a parody fan film made with my best friends and my wife. Please don't sue us.
Well, I was thinking, actually, what I thought you had there was at the end. They had a disclaimer at the end, which is even better. It says, the characters and events depicted in this motion picture are fictitious. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and unintentional. Okay, we've all read stuff like that before. The producers would like to thank Columbia Pictures, Ghost Corps, Sony Pictures, Ray Parker Jr., Dan Aykroyd, and the estate of Harold Ramis for creating the Ghostbusters world and not suing us for making this fan film parody. Unless they do sue us, then the thank you is rescinded. This has been an American Immersion Theater Studios film. Right. Unless you're suing us. Then it was entirely produced by Ticketmaster and Vigo the Carpathian. And then, in quotes, please don't sue us.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to talk about. I thought it was funny. Like, I saw the disclaimer at the beginning, the one that you have, but then at the end, it made it so much better. Like, they were really like, really, 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 don't sue us.
It's got to be a little nerve-wracking to invest all this time and money in making it and then think we might get a cease and desist letter that has us taking this thing down.
Well, they use the music, right? Like, a lot of the songs, the boys are back in town in there. And not that in and of itself, but, and they even have the little doo-doo-doo, the little 3 piano notes at times.
Yeah.
And they
so
have
many music hits.
Yes.
Yeah, so many music hits in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, you mentioned that. That means a whole other... So they could get sued from a number of different people, right? They could get sued from the folks that they thanked for Ghostbusters trademarks, likenesses, all that sort of thing. And then they can get instead sued by the publisher of that music, the Elmer Bernstein score. So BMI or ASCAP, whoever did that, can sue them and those composers,
Right. Or some random troll on Facebook pretending to have the rights to the music.
Yes.
Also. So.
Sons of bitches, But I think it's funny, and it's fun. I hope they don't get sued.
I hope they don't.
No.
I'm quite stunned. Good, John.
You can't unring the bell now. I mean, you can say, take it offline. It's in the world.
Yeah.
It's in the world, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like nothing's gone anymore.
Yeah.
Because, you know, for every person that watched it, there's another one who watched it and downloaded it to make sure they have it. Because I want to show it to somebody or show it at my club night or whatever. So I'd feel bad for them if they got sued, of course, but it's not going away. It's just going to be a little harder to find if that happened.
Oh, they even have the joking in the beginning about the cease and desist. You know, like they have.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Like
that's funny.
That
I think that's funny. He's like, when we think we bought a franchise, we'd get new equipment. Yeah, that is pretty funny. But, you know, look, for folks who need to know, saying it's a parody doesn't keep you from getting sued.
I know. It's just hoping that it helps is what you're doing.
And I don't know that any court would agree that this is a parody, right? What is it? You're not making fun of it. It seems like an extension of the same vibe, story types, characters that is. It's a fan film. Fan films aren't parodies. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. But thanks for bookending that, Kat. That's pretty hilarious. But yeah, hopefully these guys will be fun.
No problem.
I think, like, we talked about the quality of the film, which is a fan film. Fantastic. Like John said, we're talking, professional level, certainly. Yeah. I think I have a bit of praise and then maybe a slight criticism. Praise, this is what the fourth movie was supposed to be. It's what we were told. It was going to be franchised after the third film. Mm-hmm. And we were going to see, this is what Aykroyd or Jason Reitman were saying. We're going to see different places around the world, every movie, different places fighting ghosts. That makes sense. Yep. They don't all have to be in New York. Right. Connected to New York.
Right. And either the original 4 or 5 people and all of their kids and friends and loved ones. It doesn't have to be. It's like that Skywalker syndrome. Like everybody in the universe who is monumental and pivotal is in this one family. Come on, right? There's so many other great stories to tell, and put them in Ghostbusters, which I love that about this.
Yeah. And my slight criticism, bringing it back to the most recent film, the fourth one, is what John always says and why he said it was a dumpster fire. For Ghostbusters, they don't bust a whole lot of ghosts in this. And you don't really see a whole lot of ghosts.
No. So, there's like 2.
Yeah.
Which is a lot they do, for the 40-minute
In fairness, clip, that may be more ghosts than were busted in the last film because they actually bust 2 ghosts and a demon in this movie. And I'm like, well, in 39 minutes, you got more ghosts than they did in the last major motion picture.
You know what, John? At the very least, they're tied. If you're right, if not exceeded.
Right,
so
I think so. Mm-hmm. Maybe so.
Mm-hmm.
More ghosts per minute. I'd put that on the poster.
GPM.
I don't know. You hope stuff like this would, maybe remind Reitman and Aykroyd, because they're still going to be cranking out these movies or TV shows. Something more is coming. But they got to get out of fucking New York. I love New York City as a city. It's like New York is also a character in the TV series. Or you hate when people say that. I think that's such a dumb thing.
Well, that's fine. Let's see some other characters.
Yes, exactly.
That are also known as other cities.
They could go to the town next door where David Lee Roth was performing and maybe saw a ghost,
and bust Eddie.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wow! Hey, don't cross the streams, man!
John, what were you saying about watching it beginning to end?
Did you watch this thing all the way through? It's like 40 minutes long.
Yep,
yeah,
I watched it.
It's like so many. Remember we talked about it's hard for me to go to movies and watch them just purely the first time because I'm thinking about what my critical opinion of the movie is because I'm going to talk about it on some piece of content. And in watching this, I didn't have that problem in knowing I was going to talk about it for this episode probably, but I found myself the production engineer going, you should have, that was, little things. And I'm like, the pacing there is like, you should have had a dolly shot here. All that stuff, because I know it's a fan film. And I'm like, could I have done any better or worse? I could not have done better. But in my brain, I know what better looks like after the fact. So I wasn't exactly Monday morning quarterbacking. I was just going, it was hard to watch the first time. I think, like so many movies, I would enjoy it the second time more now that I know what I'm in for.
But John, don't put yourself down. I've once seen you talk to yourself on a bench.
Yes.
True.
I saw that
totally
too.
Happened.
I think you were different ages too.
Factual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I wonder which sound effect triggered each one to, the ding.
The noises that changed from old to young, John.
It was 2 different.
That's the 2600 Pac-Man dying. just like the arcade. Indistinguishable. All right, hey, talking about movies, I want to talk to you. I raised this question. Is Peter Dinklage in Toxic Avenger? And do we care if he's not? I'm having a little fun with this title, but you'll also understand in a moment because I'm not being dishonest. I'm just being, I don't know, choosing my words carefully. This week, in fact, the long gestating reboot of 1984's Toxic Avenger is going to be available in theaters, directed by Macon Blair. It stars Peter Dinklage. In a new interpretation that, once again, at least follows a Nebuchadnezzar character that is transformed into a radioactive hero. That much I know is consistent. We know that other elements of the film have changed. Last month, while speaking with Screen Rant at San Diego's Comic-Con, Dinklage clarified that he is not actually under the layers of prosthetics necessary to portray Toxie. Instead, it's actor Luisa Guerrero.
Easy for you to say.
Now, when I saw this, for me, this was like brakes screeching to a halt moment when he says this, because I'm thinking, wasn't one of the big draws the fact that he's playing the Toxic Avenger? Not that he's playing pre-Toxic Avenger. I can't remember what that character's name is. It has some kind of symbol. And in fact, it was in, let's see if I have this written down here. It was in March, I think. In March of 2025, this picture was everywhere, including on Entertainment Weekly, who broke the story, saying, we have our first images of Peter Dinklage as the Toxic Avenger. Guess what? Yeah, no, you don't. You didn't. No. You didn't. No. Despite being initially worried, Dinklage explained to a Screen Rant that he said that the actor who stood in for him was, quote, incredible. And that, quote, she got all of my mannerisms down to mannerisms I didn't even know I had, end quote. So it seems, I'm going to make this point this way so we can just talk about it in a bit. It seems that Guerrero didn't, we'll call her Luisa so we can all pronounce it. It seems like Luisa didn't play the toxic hero as much as she played Dinklage playing the toxic hero.
Right. Yeah.
He went on to explain their process, saying, quote, we rehearsed together in a rehearsal room. I basically performed the whole movie as if I was Toxie, and she got all my mannerisms down, end quote. And then later, the producers had him in a studio where they ADR'd his voice and matched it over Luisa's performance. Dinklage says he always knew he wouldn't be in the costume. And he seems grateful that Luisa, who was in full makeup in Bulgaria during what he described as a hot summer, he says that she was far more dedicated to the role than he would have been. So I guess I raised this question. Do we care?
Yeah, that's the best question.
That is a good question. Melvin Junko, by the way.
He's Melvin Junko now. That's the guy.
Melvin Junko.
He's Toxie.
Yeah, last time wait, Melvin Junko, wasn't that was the old name, wasn't it? He's Melvin. I think Melvin Junko was the old character.
Oops. Oh, Winston Goose. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. See, I knew it was equally ridiculous.
I didn't read far enough.
I mean, Goose already has the idea of like he's going to fall into a vat of something in there. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't think it matters to me. I'm just curious about why. Is it purely from a stunt perspective? Like, is there so much happening when we see Toxie throughout most of the movie and they're trying to, keep their actor safe? And is she a stunt person who's just literally rolling and jumping and doing all the whatever things Toxie's supposed to do?
We don't know, but I don't think so. I don't think. I don't know. I guess I should lean on I don't know because I honestly don't know.
Yeah, the reasoning for it.
Yeah,
I want to know.
I think of like we weren't upset. So I'm going to work my way closer to a good parallel here. So we weren't upset when they said, Robin Williams is the genie in Aladdin. We never saw him. They did mimic his performance because they had him on camera and they animated him. So you could say, well, that's cartoons. Okay. And I think they even in this article, they reference animation. It's more like a voice, a voiceover kind of thing.
Voice acting.
But then you can go, hey, Will Smith is the genie. Well, that's kind of live action, but it's not. Right. So in the new Aladdin, we had Will Smith. And even now we get these, I don't know the names of all the people in the new, but get these new live action, I'm using air quotes again on podcasts, it's perfect, to live action remakes of these Disney animated films with the voices of famous people. It's photorealistic, but it's not them really, you know? The only problem I have in the back of I wasn't upset at the end of The Fly that Jeff Goldblum wasn't actually inside the Brundlefly puppet. You know, at some point, the transition goes so far that he just can't be in it. Not saying that's the case here, but we weren't upset about that. So I think the problem really is just people assume that he is inside of the costume from what we've heard, and it seems logical. He's a small person in this costume, probably is him. Does it really matter to the movie? No. It might matter to somebody who was just dying to see Peter Dinklage in a rubber suit. But if that's what you're going to see the movie for, maybe this wasn't the movie for you, probably. So I don't think it matters.
Just go to Peter's house on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Peter!
I don't know what he's getting up to.
I like your comparison, John, because really, I don't actually care. I'm just interested in the movie as a whole. And yeah, no, it doesn't actually bother me. I'm just going to trust that there's a good reason why they did what they did.
And you know, Kat, I don't even care that Louisa mimicked his movements. I don't care.
Right.
I don't want to see Peter Dinklage's movements. I want to see this Toxic Avengers activities, you know? So even that almost seems like they did it to appease people like Will who are about to rail about it. They go, well, we did our best. See? So, all right.
Yeah. No. And I don't know that I'm upset about it. And I think the difference between your examples and maybe this, John, is expectations, right? The different formats that you're talking about are expectations and how they're set out. So I think, and maybe you hit upon this, John, even when you said we were told, we were given pictures. At the time they released these pictures to Entertainment Weekly in May of March of 2025, maybe it was May. They didn't clarify to Entertainment Weekly, I don't think, because they didn't print it in the article that this was another actor. It seemed like Peter Dinklage was concerned himself personally that folks would think it was him, and he wanted to make sure this other actor got the credit. Why he's being stopped on the red carpet and doing these interviews, he's saying, "Hey," in fact, one of the things from the quote is him saying something about people might think it's me, or I don't want people to think it's me. And I think he says she's in at like 70% of the film, as compared to his performance, which makes sense. I would imagine by the end of the first act, you've got the transformation, and Toxie doesn't transform back.
No, he's ruined.
The examples I thought of were a little different, and get to that point where John was saying, are we paying, or are we interested in seeing Peter Dinklage as Toxie so that we have to have this other actor imitate him? I mean, they did like body capture, but with humans, like she was watching. I have to capture all this stuff in my head.
Oh, look what he did with this pinky when he's drinking tea. Interesting.
Here's the examples I thought of. Well, let's go back to the original film. There was an actor that played Melvin, Mark Torgey, before he transformed, and then Mitch Cohen plays the Toxic Avenger, and then another actor, Kenneth Kessler, dubbed Toxie's voice.
Oh, wow. That's very complicated.
This kind of combination reminds me of David Prowse, who played Darth Vader. He was the body. They got James Earl Jones to do the voice, and yet another actor or stunt person, really a master swordsman, Bob Anderson, who was an Olympic swordsman, like an Olympic fencer, I think, did the saber fighting. I think for me, and like Kat was kind of touching upon, well, is this woman in the suit because there's a lot of stunts involved, which I don't think that's what it is. The thing for me that's distinct between those examples and this one is they had these other folks do it because the difference between the one character, A, and their alter ego was so different that we needed another person that could actually pull off whatever it was. But the implication here is they hired Peter because we like Peter so much so we're going to get another actor to pretend to be Peter in the suit. I don't know that.
And his voice and his performance through his voice is all there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, he's right. Some people are going to be like, well, I feel cheated. Out of what?
This is how they created it. This is how they ended up, this is the end result of all of that, all that
it's
work.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
I think for me, I guess another analogy because again, I don't know that I would care ultimately, except I don't see my heart was broken, but that I was surprised by this because I was a person that was expecting to see an Emmy award-winning actor do this great. Again, I wish I tried to get Peter on the show, and I tried through the real channels, going through the publicists for the film, and for I don't know. All right, I want to go behind the scenes here. Ultimately, he's not coming on the show. We're going to talk. Anyway, we may still talk to somebody, but it's not going to be Peter so far.
Okay.
But I really wanted to ask him, like, why did you do this? Like, at the time, my thought was why, and I wouldn't say it that way, obviously, when during an interview, because it sounds like I'm discrediting the production or something. What I really mean is, knowing everything he's done so far, why would you want to be under all that makeup to bring back this, we love it, but this cult film, this B movie from the 1980s, but he didn't do it. So it's kind of the answer. The answer would be, well, I did it.
Right.
I just did a little bit, and and I did the voice.
I think of a modern example. We just had Demi Moore in The Substance in heavy prosthetic makeup, a pseudo, I could call it a horror, body horror, whatever kind of film that you could go, oh, well, here is a big name actor who is going to go all in and put on the rubber and the latex and the costumes and the weight and everything to carry around to do these crazy things. Maybe it's just Peter Dinklage. He would need Peter Dinklage money to walk around in a rubber suit all day, but maybe they were able to get him for a little less. If like, oh, you're in part of the movie and you voice over the rest and you don't have to do all this work and it's only X number of months of work. That's my suspicion, because you don't need, if you're going to have Peter Dinklage on there and you can't see his face, do you really need him anymore? If you're going to still hear him, you kind of don't need him anymore because he's covered up.
Maybe, except the other analogy I was thinking of, and folks have made some comments I wanted to touch upon, is that I think of like Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise. There is this, we don't need them to do the stunts, but there is something extra. And I even know Tom Cruise is on safety wires. Jackie Chan, by the way, not. I mean, when he does his shit, he just does it and breaks the bones, lets him heal, and then gets back to shooting.
Oh.
Tom Cruise is a pussy. He has to have the wires, but fine. But there's something about these guys, he's still risking his life. There's something about knowing it's them and seeing them there that adds something to it. And for me, I think knowing Peter or thinking Peter was in this suit, I don't know, it did a little something extra for me that it doesn't anymore. And maybe I feel like I was betrayed or tricked into expecting, because I was expecting that, and it turns out that wasn't true.
Right. You made an assumption, but it was a logical assumption to make based on the information you had so far.
Yes. Absolutely. So it's about adjusting your expectations, having to shift gears. Yeah.
The headlines were Peter Dinklage is going to be the Toxic Avenger. It wasn't he's going to voice the Toxic Avenger. Now, to John's point, but I think animation, I think it's ultimately about expectation. Yeah. And I think that works with some of these examples here where Marcus says Iron Man is almost never Robert Downey Jr. True. A lot of it's CG, obviously, he's flying around. Stuff like that. And
The Mandalorian apparently is almost never Pedro Pascal.
Now, you know what? That one hit me the same way.
Really? Yeah.
I watched most of, if not all, of the first season of Mandalorian to learn that actually John Wayne's grandson is the body double for
little swagger.
Wow.
Well, yeah. And actually, Carl Weathers told an interesting story where he said there was a moment in one of the early episodes, because Carl Weathers was on the show too, where he's walking with, which really, I can't remember the gentleman's name. His name is not John, but John Wayne's grandson is playing the Mandalorian. And he said he's walking with them, and he said he's just not walking right. And Carl Weathers says to him, "How would your grandfather walk?" Oh. And then that's why he did adopt that kind of Wayne Western swagger, because it's a Western show. It's a sci-fi Western.
It is. Oh, yeah.
But when I found that out, I was kind of bummed, because I like Pedro Pascal. And I don't know, there was something about knowing he just had to show up in a booth and do a voice every now and then. I don't know, that did diminish it. I still love the show. I still watched all of it. But I don't know, it did seem, but by the second season, my expectations were modified. And so I enjoyed it in a different way. But I think, again, it's about maybe expectations.
Here's another one you might not know. Sometimes Bill Bixby was not the Hulk. He wasn't just in a suit. They brought in a whole other guy.
Yeah, I got that one down too. And he wore ladies' shoes. He wore Mary Jane's painted
ballet shoes, green ones.
Yeah, I did write that down. Yeah, Bill Bixby was, but you know what? What I was realizing as I went through these examples is what I said. To get Bill Bixby to be Lou Ferrigno, the technology was not great. The prosthetics,
of course.
So I think ultimately the consideration comes down to budget and what your ultimate visual goal is, the limitations of the actor, all these things. And you weren't getting Bill Bixby to be a convincing Hulk.
That one was more more obvious. It's like, so binary, right? That we just accepted it.
I'm being a bit facetious, but I also feel like the Incredible Hulk is effectively a Jekyll and Hyde parable, right? So it's often when you see productions of Jekyll and Hyde, and when in our high school, it was two different people that did it. But because it takes too long to get the makeup on and off was our reasoning. So again, technical limitations lead to interesting casting.
Karen was wondering, she said, wouldn't the suit muffle the voice though? I guess I'm imagining that if the person inside the suit were doing the voice at the same time, they'd have some kind of a mic situation, right?
Oh, they'd ADR that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, on the set, and then you go to the studio and voice it. And then you're voicing yourself over is what you're doing because it was too muffled. But
if you hear the recordings of David Prowse as Darth Vader, they're, I don't want to say they're hilarious. They're not. They're just, it's so different.
They're in a bucket.
And part of it is
very
he sounds
clearly
like he's in a bucket.
A bucket.
He also has like
because he was in a bucket.
He has like a Scottish accent or something. It's really kind of wild.
Someone said it was like a space farmer or something. He's got kind of a southern accent, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not like a posh accent. No,
No.
Well, we'll see the movie when we can. Speaking about whether or not Peter Dinklage is in Toxic Avenger, and it turns out he's not. And he may be glad for that because the next thing I wanted to chat with you about is this story that we're learning from Bloody Disgusting, who you'll remember is one of the producers bringing it, along with Cineverse, that's bringing it to the screens. This film, as we implied earlier, had languished for a couple of years now. Had been shown at a few festivals. It had been getting generally good, feedback or response from audiences, and then nobody wanted to put it out there. No distribution. No distributor wanted to touch it. So we're talking about. I don't know if they went to streamers as well, but nobody wanted to put it in a theater certainly. And so it just kind of sat around until Bloody Disgusting and Cineverse stepped up. And Cineverse is the folks who distribute the Terrifier movies as well. So this seemed to be in their wheelhouse. Well, the few folks the few audiences that have been privy to seeing versions of the film, it turns out have only seen the R-rated version.
Boo.
But Bloody Disgusting and Cineverse are bringing the unrated version to theaters on August 29th.
Unrated?
Unrated.
Is it suddenly going to get a rating?
No. What do you mean? No. What this means is either they went to the board and the board said you have to rate it this, and they said, fuck you, we're not doing that. And so they just went without it. Or they were like, you know what? We don't even want to deal with those assholes. We're just going to put it out. Either way, it doesn't have a rating.
Position, no rating.
They will not seek a rating. They did not, or they did and they dismissed it.
So the question is, what are we missing if we see the R-rated version?
Right.
It's a funny thing that you should ask because it turns out what you're not going to, or what you didn't see in the R-rated that you will see in the unrated version is something that's making theater presenters a little bit nervous. In one scene, Toxie finds himself in a situation that requires him to weaponize his radioactive urine.
I can only imagine to melt chains or something, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to imagine. It's happening.
I got a photo for you. I'll show you in a second here.
Make a hole in the floor.
Cat, a hole in the floor? What's going on in your version of this movie?
I don't know.
And also, I'm just thinking about, like, is he aiming straight down or... Okay. Well, anyway.
No, he's not.
I'm not gonna.
No, I've seen the photo. He's not.
Yeah. I saw the picture. No, he's not aiming down. Yes.
In order to do this, heroic,
hole in the floor,
clearly heroic escape. In order to do it, Toxie unzips his pants, and as Bloody Disgusting describes, fully reveals his quote monster dong. I guess. John's got two sound effects. They're just perfect. Finally, we got to hear the other one. I feel like it needed a little more bass in that, but that's good.
I had an alternate. I went with that one, though. We can try this one. Give me the line again.
Okay. Toxie unzips his pants and fully reveals his, quote, monster dong. Yeah, I think you were right the first time.
Slightly different. Yeah. Okay, all right.
And so it turns out, and thinking about what John told us last week about how there's leaks.
Leaks?
Yeah. Someone got a hold of the unrated.
Got a hold. Oh Oh, no.
Oh.
I've
Kat
said
says
it
a radioactive
before.
leak.
I will say it again. Kat is the filthiest person on our podcast.
There's a hole in the floor. They're leaking.
And a hold. She said, got a hold of it. Someone got a hold of it. Third grade humor that John and I would never stoop.
No.
Oh, never.
Base.
No.
Never.
Boing.
Now she's adding sound effects. So someone got a hold of this image somehow. And I'm thinking maybe it was bloody disgusting because they have the rights to it. And it's been all over Reddit. Now, when I went to Reddit, it's gone. It's been deleted because I wanted to show you Monster Dong. But I will instead show you the image that Bloody Disgusting shared, which is a little more palatable.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel a little bit. Imagine this actress Louisa is in this suit, having to grab this prosthetic genitalia, and presumably there's some sort of tube or something pumping. The artificial
radioactive urine through the hole in the floor. Now it makes sense.
Yes. And I do see chains, John. I do see a chain around that pole.
Oh, there we go.
So,
yeah, there are chains. There we go.
Could you really not get the picture?
No, do you have it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's in the article.
The dog?
Did you click on it?
It didn't come up for me.
If you click on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
Can I email it to you?
Yeah. You can.
I can share it with you if you want to see it.
If John already has it. I just took a screenshot from the article.
It's John's screensaver.
It's my wallpaper already.
Please.
You kidding?
Make us put this image all indelibly in our minds.
Enjoy.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's ridiculous.
But he's pissing on himself.
That's kind of what it looks like. So I wondered
that's where the chain is, I think.
If he was arcing around to make a hole in the I don't know.
Oh, Cat has him spinning on his back like a break dancer to make a hole in the floor like a cartoon where they cut with a saw. And then he drops through.
He's not aiming at the chains. I don't know what he's doing.
Cat, that's a much better idea. I would love to see that. I wish that pole wasn't there. Then that we could do it though. That's a great idea. I would like now to see do a breakdance windmill, and it's kind of like a death blossom from Last Starfighter.
Yes.
Radioactive urine.
Radioactive urine. It eats a giant hole in the floor. The whole
destroys the building.
Floor 2 to floor 1.
Yeah.
Certainly.
It's going to cut right through that beam.
No kidding. Yeah. Well, come on. Now I realize Bloody Disgusting just made up this whole story. Nobody cares about that. It's like seeing what is it? It doesn't even, I don't know.
It's sparkly. It's kind of sparkly.
Yeah, well, it's radioactive. Cat. Now look, you might not remember several episodes ago, I told you they all glow.
Oh.
In the movies, when they make them fake, the radioactive ones, I guess they glow even more. I don't know. Bloody Disgusting's founder and Cat that may have never seen one, John. He doesn't know.
It's like a craft project.
Yeah.
Some sequins.
What a girl to notice that about it.
Glitter.
Right? It's sparkly. Now I realize how I could have maybe gotten more dates when I were younger. Okay. Step one, you get a bowl full of Elmer's glue.
Little spray glue. Right. Oh.
And then from there, you choose either breadcrumbs or glitter, depending on what you're going to do next.
I didn't put it in a skillet.
I don't know. You did say the other day that you are a masochist.
That's right. You're right.
Talking about your surgery. So.
You imagine a masochist going so far to dip their junk in some flour, then milk, then egg, or whatever, then breadcrumbs, or whatever the order is.
Whew, hurry, grease is ready.
Maybe just an air fryer.
It's sparkly.
Yeah. Bloody Disgusting's founder and Cineverse's VP of Network Strategy, Tom Owen, explains, quote, if we weren't going to release the full unrated cut, then it didn't make sense to release the movie at all. Oh. Some studios fear pushing the limits. We welcome it. And by giving filmmakers true creative freedom, we ensure their work reaches audiences in its purest, most uncompromised form. And then he was like,
purist.
Then finally he was like, wait, what movie are we talking about? Oh, no. I didn't mean that one. I mean, doesn't he sound like he's talking about high art here?
He does. Purest
Not
form.
a sparkly dildo between an actor's legs. I mean,
That's the mountain you're going to die on? Sparkly rubber dong. Maybe he's a vampire.
Maybe.
Oh, no. I'm not going to go down there. No, John isn't actually the voice of one of those. John, what is this? Marcus says,
John isn't actually the voice on all of those GXG podcasts.
No, I was stand-in.
Is it Peter Dinklage?
Yep, voice actors.
It's Louisa. She fills in for me. So.
Yeah. Oh, you know her too.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see how this affects box office. Now, of course, as I mentioned, Cineverse is the folks behind Terrifier, and the last two sequels, the second and third film, were also released unrated. For
and
different reasons.
Super gross. Yeah.
I want. Those are the horror films I draw the line at. I don't want to. There's certain things I don't want in my head. I don't need it.
That's wise choice. Yeah. I approve.
So we'll see. Maybe this will help. The film do well. I'm really curious about it because it's such an old IP. It's an IP that we're familiar with, our generation. I don't know how it plays with younger folks, which is why I was hoping to talk to someone from over there to maybe.
And the thing is, even being from our generation, it's not like a front and center. It's an underground, secret society who know about it kind of IP. It wasn't like, it's not the Ghostbusters, right? It's not the Fall Guy. It's not. It's just like, wait, I never heard of Toxic Avenger. Plenty of people are going to say that because they weren't exposed to that kind of cool underground cinema that Troma was doing. That wasn't for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I'd never heard of it till I joined this podcast.
Really? Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Next time we chat, we should have some numbers, I think, so we'll get an idea.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
And as Marcus implies, it'll probably be on streaming soon after. So
yeah,
we'll get to see it soon.
Hopefully unrated.
Right. Yeah. All right. Hey, I was also played by Peter Dinklage today.
You voiced yourself, but
yes. But that was the show. I'm going to blame him. That's what it is. I'm going to blame him for the show.
Okay.
Yes, for everything that happened in the show. You can even blame him for me. Our show is brought to you thanks in part to our early adopters, Rick Parker and Karen Flieger.
Let's go, Karen.
Eternally grateful.
And thank you especially to our Secret of Our Success Level Patreon supporters, Marcus Taylor, Matt Marino, John Henderson, and Brandon Green.
Let's go, Brandon. Thank you.
Who just joined us just a moment
Is that
ago.
right? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, hey, Brandon.
Brandon jumped in the chat there.
Yeah.
Hi, Brandon.
And if you were out there and we didn't say hi, again, we don't know. Just like we didn't know about, who was really in the Toxic Avenger costume. And now we know. But
maybe
say
Luis
hi.
is out there.
Yeah, hey, join us some Wednesday. Follow us on Facebook or YouTube to find out when we're going to be broadcasting live the next episodes. You can join in the fun, provide your feedback, etc. You can certainly follow us on those social medias as well. Check out our website, 1980snow.com, for more information about how you can help the show, too. All right, hey, I think that's that, right?
That is that.
Dotted the I's, crossed the T's.
All right, so with that,
busted some ghosts.
we will talk to you again. What was that? You turned into a orangutan?
I
think it was a ghost.
I said it busted some ghosts.
I couldn't hear you. I just saw this. Okay.
That's my voiceover. I do this part.
I
and
see.
then, yes, and then we do the voiceover.
Hey, we all have to go. We will talk to you next time on 1980s Now.
Until next time.
Ooh, it's sparkly.
Cat brings us up quite often.